So we have to follow certain rules, how to merge the blocks, how to merge the parallel blocks, cascade connection, and also how to eliminate feedback, how to move a summing point after the block, how to move a takeoff point after the block. Okay, those are the rules. Algebra, block diagram algebra. By applying that, we can reduce the entire complex block into a single block, or we can represent the entire thing into a transfer function model. Okay, here we have followed step-by-step procedure to reduce the entire complex blocks into a single block. So first we have to see whether there are any blocks connected in cascade. If there is any parallel paths, eliminating one by one and eliminating the feedback. And if there is any problem with the summing point or takeoff point, moving a summing point after the block, similarly moving a takeoff point before the block, like that we have to follow a certain steps. Okay, so it takes a little bit more time to reduce a complex block diagram into a single block diagram. Now we can reduce. Now the same transfer function can be obtained by a single step by applying Mason's gain formula. So it was invented by the method was invented by Mason, so MJ Mason. So Mason's gain formula, if we apply that method, that formula to this problem, we can directly get. So within a single step, you will get the transfer function model or a single block. Okay. So let us see in today's class what we are doing is signal flow graph. How to convert a block diagram into a signal flow graph. Once we get the signal flow graph, directly by using Mason's gain formula, we can get the transfer function. Okay. So there is no step-by-step procedure in this. Directly from the given block diagram, so we can draw a signal flow graph, and from the signal flow graph, we can get a transfer function model. So let us see that. What is the signal flow graph and how to reduce that, how to apply the Mason's gain formula for that. Okay, that and all we just see in this class. Okay, signal flow graph and Mason's gain formula. So the signal flow graph was developed by S.J. Mason, or Mason's gain formula, this is also called as, and especially this is used for large and complex diagrams to get a transfer function model in a single step. Okay, so this is a graphical representation of a algebraic equations. So we know that a physical system can be represented with a physical model. Physical model, from the physical model, just by applying the laws, we can get a mathematical model. Directly from the mathematical model, we can draw a signal flow graph, or it is a representation of a signal flow graph is a representation of a mathematical model or a physical model. Okay, well, it is one way of representing our physical system. Okay, signal flow graph is a simplified form of block diagram. So block diagram we have to represent with the blocks. connected in a particular fashion. So this is also similar to that one, but no need to represent that blocks simply by representing the transfer function of that particular block as a gain, okay, path gain. Okay. Next, signal flow graph is representation of a relationship between the variables of a set of linear algebraic equations written in the form of cause and effect relation. So let us discuss in the next step. While drawing a signal flow graph from the mathematical model, we'll discuss this one. Okay. So this is the advantage. There are so many advantages if we apply signal flow graph. Okay. So now the basic terminology. Some terms we have to remember in this signal flow graph. Okay. So while applying signal flow graph or Bessel's field formula, we have to know certain terms. The first term is that is node. So everybody know this one. Node is a point which represents either a system variable or a signal. There are signal system variable or a signal. So node is a simple junction. Okay, we know that. So while applying Kirchhoff's voltage law, Kirchhoff's current law, so we go through this terminology that is node, but here it is represented. It is also a point so where the signal is entering and also the same signal is leaving from that junction. Okay, so that node is nothing but a system variable. It is represented by a system variable, some x or y, any system variable. Okay, in case of rotational system, that can be represented by a theta. In case of linear system, that can be represented by a x. There the variable is x, displacement, otherwise linear displacement or angular displacement. Okay, so node is a point which represents either a system variable or a signal. Okay, is it clear? There are three types of nodes. So again, some one type of some more classification in this. One is input nodes. So input node means simply, so this is a node as a junction. So input node, it is a node which has only outgoing branches. So here only there are outgoing branches. There is no incoming branches. That means it is starting point. So starting point. So where there is only output branches available. So that is reference inputs. Okay. So input node, only output is available. This node is called as input node. So the second one is output node. So output node means only input branches are available. This is output. Generally, we commonly call output as C, that is represented by C. Okay. So the node is a node which has only incoming branches. Only incoming branches. There is no outgoing branch. So if we consider a signal flow graph like this, it is having something, so many nodes, junctions. So where R is input node, where outgoing branches are available. So where C is output node, where only incoming branches are available. Okay, is it clear? The difference between the inputs and output nodes. Okay, similarly mixed nodes. So mixed node means these intermediate nodes are called mixed nodes, where the incoming branches as well as outgoing branches are present. That is called mixed node. Okay, this is a mixed node where the incoming branch is there and also outgoing branch. So whereas the first one is only input nodes, the last one is output node, whereas these intermediate things are called mixed nodes. Just remember this terminology. No need to mug up. Okay, just remember all these terminologies. Okay. So next, what is a branch? Branch is a line segment of the signal flow graph. SFG means signal flow graph, which joins two nodes along which a signal travels from one node to another in the direction indicated by branch arrow. So generally, so we have seen this is a graph, signal flow graph, which is represented where the input node is R, output node is C, and intermediate nodes are where the signal is flowing from input to output. Okay, so from input to output, the signal is going in this direction. So in between these two junctions, a branch is a line segment of an SFG which joins two nodes. So this is one node, this is another node. So in between these 2 points, which joins two nodes, along which the signal travels from one node to another node. So from here to here, the signal is traveling in this direction. For example, if one more branch is there, that is feedback branch, the arrow is indicated in this direction, reverse direction. So it is also called as a branch. Okay, but in this case, the direction of signal is in reverse direction. Okay, the signal flows from one node to another, indicated by branch arrow. So here, this is the forward direction, whereas this is reverse direction. Otherwise, this is called as feedback. Okay, so it is always opposite to the forward path direction. So this from one point to this point, this is called as a branch. This is also called as another branch. Okay, from here to here one branch, here to here another branch, here to here and one more branch, and this is also called as another branch from one node to another node. Okay, so that is called branch. Is it clear? So just it is a line segment which is connected in between two nodes. That is called branch. Next, path. Path is the traversal of connected branches in the direction of the branch arrow such that no node is traversed more than once. Path. So path means, so same thing, same figure we can take as an example. So this is input node, output node. The signals are connected in this particular fashion. So these are branches and signal is flowing from input node to output. So this is called as a path from input node to output nodes. Okay, signal is traveling from input to output. So this is called one path. Here the path is a traversal of connected branches in the direction of branch, in the direction of branch arrow such that no node is traversed more than once. Here we have to remember this point. No node is traversed more than once. Here this signal is traveling only one time. Okay, here this node is traversed only one time. Again, this node is traversed only one time. This node is traversed only one time. So from input to output, this is called one path. For example, if one more path is also there, one more branch is connected in this direction. Okay, so this is called the another path. So from input to output, from input node to output node, if the signal is passing in this direction, okay, from up to this one, and here it is one more branch is connected in this direction, so it is reaching to output node. So this is called second path. Okay, this is also called as path. No node is traversed more than once. So here it is also only one node is traversed. This is traversed one time. Okay. For example, if one more branch is there, something like this. Okay. So one more feedback path. Okay, this is forward path. This is feedback. We cannot take this as a path. So here, if we assume, sir, we can take it like this. No, sir. So from input to output, if we observe, so our signal is moving this direction. Again, there is one more feedback direction. So we can consider this as one more path. So it is wrong. So because this node is traversed more than once. Once it is traveled in forward direction. Again, same thing is crossed in reverse direction. So here the condition is no node is traversed more than once. Only it has to cross one time. Okay, one node in one path, it has to cross only one time. Okay, so one node is traversed only once in one path. Okay, so that is called a path. So if you want, okay, I'll repeat the same when we draw the when we solve examples, and similarly when we convert a block diagram into a signal flow graph. Okay, so every time you will come across these terminologies. Okay, so no need to mug up. Just you do some practice, automatically you can able to remember all these terms. Okay, next, this is nothing but path. Here it is forward path. So just now what I have shown, that is called forward path. Forward path means from input to output. Forward path is a path starting from the input node and finally ends at the output, and along which no node is traversed more than once. So what is the difference between path and forward path? So path means it can be taken from, it is a part of a signal flow graph. Okay, again both are same, almost same, but in forward path compulsory it has to start from input node, finally it has to end at output. Whereas in case of path, only it can be started at intermediate point, finally it can be ended at intermediate point. Okay, so that can be called as a path. Okay, so just a small difference, that is starting from input to final output, that is called forward. Next, coming to loop. Loop means, here we have to remember that loop. A loop is the path that originates and terminates at the same node and along which no node is traversed more than once. Again, same thing, same example we can take. So there are some 4 nodes. Okay, this is forward path direction. Okay, here it is one more feedback. So this can be called as a signal flow graph. So this is called the loop. This is called a loop. Starting point is this point, so along which the signal is moving, and again it is moving back and reaches to the same point. So this is called a loop. A loop is a path that originates and terminates at the same node and along which no node is traversed more than once. Okay, so here for example, one more so one more path is there, something like this. We cannot consider this as a loop. So here in this case, that node traversed more than once. So that's why we cannot take it as a loop entire thing, but we can consider this as for one loop, this part as second loop, because this starting point is this point and ending point is this. This is loop 2. This can be called as loop 1. There are 2 loops, but we cannot consider this part as enter one more loop. So because in this case, this node is traversed more than once. Okay, that is called loop. Next. Okay. So are you able to follow, please? So non-touching loops. So non-touching loops means, so we can consider, so non-touching loops are the loops which do not possess any common node. So common node means, so again we can take one example like this. So one loop is here. So signal is going in this direction. So this is feedback. So we can consider this as one loop. Okay. One more loop is there. So this is forward path direction. This is reverse direction. This can be called as another loop. Loop 2, loop 1. There is no common node. Non-touching loops means loops does not possess any common node. So these two nodes are related to loop 2, loop 1, and these two nodes are related to, are connected with these loops. There is no connection between these two. So then these two are called non-touching loops. Okay. So loop which are not having any common node. Those node loops are called non-touching loops. Okay. Next, self loop. Self loop means a loop which contains only single branch. In some cases, okay, in some graphs, something in a signal flow graph, a loop is something that is the starting point and ending point is something like this. So this is called a self loop with one branch. Okay, this is a self loop. So it contains only one branch, starting point, and again it is coming back to the same nodes. Okay, so that is with a single branch. So that is called self loop. Okay, now, so is it clear? If you have any doubts, you can ask. What is a signal flow graph? Purpose of signal flow graph. Okay, so the terms involved in signal flow graph. Now we are going to deal with construction of signal flow graph from the mathematical model. Okay, try to note down this one. So very, very important. Try to note down this equations. So if we observe these equations, these are represented in cause and effect form. Okay, so because of input y1, input y4, so y2 is, if I assume this is y2 as output, because of y1 and y4, you will get y2. Similarly, in equation 2, so if we observe y2, y5, these two if we consider as an input, because of these variables, you will get y3. So these two if we assume cos, and finally you will get effect as y3. Okay, the equations are represented in cause and effect form. Okay, now if we observe, there are 6 nodes or 6 variables: y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, and y6. In these equations, if we observe, there are totally 6 variables or 6 nodes. Okay, first step we have to identify the variables. The variables can be represented as a nodes. Okay. And if we observe the branches, 8 branches in the signal flow graph. So total just A12, A42, A23, A53, A34, A45, A35, and A56. These are nothing but gains. Okay, or branch gains. These are called branch gains. Branch is having, each and every branch is having gain. So branch means it is in between a graph represented or a line segment represented in between two nodes is called as a branch. So simply, so this can be represented as a branch. Okay, in between two nodes. And this branch is having branch gain. So we have to represent with its branch gain. Okay, signal is flowing in this direction. So in block diagram, the same thing is represented like this. A12 is as a transfer function. So input signal, and output. This is representation of block diagram representation. Whereas signal flow representation is simply an input variable and an output variable. In between this input node and output node, you will have branch gain A12. Okay. Just note down these equations. Very, very important. Try to draw signal flow graph from the equations. I think for lateral entries, you have finished this part. So from next class onwards, we'll start the next unit, second unit. So to try to solve these examples. If you can able to solve only one example on your own, okay, so you can solve any kind of problems, any complex network, we can reduce into a simple transfer function. Okay, now let us consider the signal flow graph by algebraic equations. We have noted all these equations and we have identified the nodes and branch gains. Now, how many nodes are there? Total 6 nodes. And how many branch gains? Total 8 branch gains. We have identified from these equations. Now, so if we observe this first equation, y2 is equal to simply, so y2, so if we take y2 means, so total 6 variables, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, and y6 variables. Total 6 variables. Now, output is y2. So with A12 into y1. So A12 into y1. So y1, if we take it as input signal, so this is branch gain A12. So output y2 is equal to input multiplied with gain. So we know the transfer function is output by input is equal to transfer function or gain. So gain multiplied with input, you will get out here y2. So y2 is equal to y1 multiplied with A12. That is the first term. So how y2 is generated? That is with y1 multiplied with A12. So the same term can be represented graphically in this fashion. So y1, okay, input variable multiplied with gain, you will get y2. Okay. So similarly, plus again one more summing point here, A42 into Y4. So from Y4, so there is a branch like this whose gain value is A42. Okay. So input is Y4 multiplied with A42, you will get Y2. So the first equation, the signal flow graph representation of the first equation is in this fashion. Okay. So Y2 is final output. So this Y2 is because of Y1 into A12 and Y4 into A42. So we have to show the direction of arrow in this particular fashion. Okay. Input, this is input now. Input multiplied with gain, you will get output. Similarly, input multiplied with gain, you will get output. So Y2 is output. This is effect. Causes are Y1 and Y4. Okay. Just let us see the same. To get the signal flow graph, draw the signal flow graph for each equation. Then combine all the signal flow graphs. We will get the entire signal flow graph for the entire system. Step 1, the signal flow graph Y2 is equal to A13 into Y1 plus A42 into Y4. So here the same thing I have represented. Okay, this is Y2. So Y2 is just Y1 multiplied with A12, Y4 multiplied with A4. The total 6 variables. Okay, that is signal flow graph for the first equation. Next, similarly for the second equation, if we observe, Y3 is equal to A23 into Y2. So try to draw the second signal flow graph for the entire 4 equations. So Y1 is equal to, so Y2, so here output is Y3. So Y2 into gain, input multiplied with gain, you will get output. So input multiplied with gain, you will get output. That's why I have shown in this direction. So based on the second equation, signal flow graph is డ్రా చేయగలుగుతున్నారా? కొంచెం ఫాస్ట్ గా చెప్తున్నానంటే స్లో చేస్తాను, ఎందుకంటే మీకు signal flow graph is very important, very easy to draw. Next, third equation. Simply Y4 is equal to A34 into Y3. So Y3 is here, Y4. To obtain Y4 as output, Y4 is input multiplied with gain. So in between Y3 and Y4, the signal flow graph is only the simple thing that is represented like this. So if we combine all these three, you will get the entire signal flow graph. So similarly, we have to draw 2 more signal flow graphs for 2 more equations. Once we get signal flow graph for all the equations, combine all the signal flow graph. You will get the signal flow graph, overall signal flow graph for that set of equations. So for the next one, so for the next step 4, signal flow graph is Y5 is equal to A4. So here Y5 is output. Okay. So Y5 is output. So Y4 multiplied with gain. So Y4 multiplied with gain, this is input multiplied with gain, we will get output. that I have represented in this function. So y(a)(35) multiplied with y3 from y3. So one more branch you will get y5. So input multiplied with output you will get y5. So that is signal flow graph for the next equation. Similarly, for the last equation, so y6 is output, y5, and this is input multiplied with gain, you will get output. Okay. Now combine all these 5 steps. You will get the overall signal flow graph. Something like this. Signal flow graph for the overall system. Okay. The entire system can be represented with 5 equations. Okay. The 5 equations can be represented either in block diagram fashion or in signal flow graph fashion. So signal flow graph fashion is this one. Simplified form. The signal is flowing from y1 to y6. So we can remember all these terminologies: branch gains, loop, forward paths. Everything can be seen in this overall signal flow graph. Signal flow graph for the entire system. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, we can go to conversion. How to convert a signal flow graph into a block diagram? Sorry, block diagram into a signal flow graph. We can convert signal flow graph into block diagram, or simultaneously we can convert. So vice versa, we can convert. If you have any doubts regarding to this till now, we can ask. You can raise your doubts. Convert block diagram into a signal flow graph. So we have, so these are the steps to be followed while converting a block diagram into a signal flow graph. The first step, represent all the signals, variables, summing points, and takeoff points of a block diagram as a nodes in the signal flow graph. So ప్రతిదీ కూడా ఒక నోడ్ కింద మార్చుకోవాలి. So represent all the signals, variables, summing points, takeoff points of the block diagram as a nodes in single signal flow graph. Okay, that is first step. Second step, represent the block of the block diagram as branches of signal flow graph. Second one is that block can be represented as a branch in case of signal flow graph. Next, representation of transfer function inside the block of a block diagram as a gain of branches in the signal flow graph. So the block is represented by a single branch, and the transfer function inside the block is represented by a gain signal flow graph, otherwise branch gain, that is called as. So block is represented by a single branch, and the transfer function inside the block is represented as a gain of the signal flow graph. Okay, that is next. Next, connect the nodes as per the diagram. If there is any connection between two nodes, okay, then represent the gain with branch as one unity gain.